The following is a presentation of the Vol Network. Closed captioning provided by the University of Tennessee full-time MBA program. Learn, transform, lead. It all starts here. This is Tennessee football and the beginning of the Butch Jones era.
I want the whole city of Knoxville to know that it's football time in Tennessee.
For the next 60 minutes, you're tuned to the Vol Network, documenting the most storied program in college football. Welcome to the Butch Jones Show, hosted by Tennessee head football coach Butch Jones and the Vol Network's Bob Kessling. Brought to you by the one bank that backs the Big Orange like no other. First Tennessee, the official bank of the Vols. By your local Ford dealer. Go further on a Tennessee Saturday. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsors of UT football. By Dish, proud to be an official sponsor of the Big Orange. Catch the Vols on Dish. And by Farm Bureau Insurance. With agents in more communities than any other insurer, Tennessee turns to Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. Now, the Butch Jones Show.
I think our overall style of play is still developing, by which we want to play defense, the way we want to play offense, the way we want to play special teams. It's our players understanding consistency and performance and taking pride in their performance, and not just on game day, but throughout the course of the week of preparation.
Tim, one of those challenges you get as a football player on a national stage and a chance to shock a lot of folks.
At the top of the broadcast, you said it well. This is the biggest challenge of any team playing in the country today, playing Oregon on the road.
It's a tremendous, tremendous challenge, but it's also a great opportunity. And we have to have a great week of preparation.
You're listening in Big Orange Country. Glad to have you with us today from a loud Autzen Stadium. Pilardi approaches, and it's football time in Tennessee.
Tennessee travels out to Oregon to face the second-ranked Ducks, Tennessee's first road trip of the year. And, Coach, you'd mentioned the fact it was going to be a challenge, and there was a very good Oregon football team you ran up against.
Well, it was a challenge, and we had the opportunity to go on the road and play one of the upper echelon football programs in all of college football for the last 4 or 5 years. And, we knew we had to play a mistake-free football game, and we did the things that you can't do when you play a team like Oregon. And we didn't have any big plays on offense. Defensively, we talked about lost leverage. We couldn't give up lost leverage. That makes big plays occur. And, third down, I didn't think we possessed the ball enough offensively. So a lot of teaching points. It is what it is. We need to go back. We just need to regroup and continue to get better and better and learn from this.
First quarter, though, was a bright spot. First 7 minutes, your team played extremely well, and then Oregon came back and kind of made big plays and took the game away from you. But you had to be happy with how you started the game at least.
Well, the way we started, we can't turn the football over. And